And now, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully the next president of these United States, Mr. Patrick Paulsen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans. I think we should get right to the issues, and we'll be discussing them later on. First of all, rest assured that I will not make promises that I don't intend to keep. I do not promise you a chicken in every pot, but I do promise I do not promise you a car in every garage, because I want it to be a surprise. Let's get right down to the bottom of the barrel. As you know, there's little doubt in the minds of many as to what the situation is or ever has been, and I am not one of those who have in the past, as I will in the future, say the same things. But that is not the point. Look me right in the eye, fellow Americans. Are we a generation of truth seekers, or are we Americans? Many of you, of course, are thinking, why haven't we been told this before? If it were in my power to talk to each of you individually, I wouldn't hesitate to bring you all together. Let me back up that statement by going one step further. I know what the average American wants. In fact, it is time for some plain talk to combat the whispered insinuations and innuendos about my campaign. Here and now, I publicly challenge all the other leading candidates to debate on the issues of this campaign. I will meet each of them on his home grounds. I challenge Richard Nixon, Eugene McCarthy, and Herbert Humphrey to meet me in a debate on national television, face to face. I'll go even further, I'll meet them back to back, or belly to belly, or if necessary, cheek to cheek, even though Nixon has the edge on me there. Come to think of it, even Humphrey has the edge on me, belly to belly. But if Mr. Humphrey doesn't want to go on television, I'll meet him on his home ground, radio, or megaphones at 20 paces, or I'll write him a letter. I do have some reservations about meeting George Wallace on his home grounds, but I'm willing to debate him on a neutral site in Harlem. In accordance with the equal time provision, I would also like to say a few words about my own platform. Many people are asking me, when you are elected, what will be your first act? I consider that a personal question. I wish to remind you of what I consider the key issue in this campaign, an issue which is the main factor in the deep political cleavage which runs through the very bosom of this great nation. We must remember, above all else, this vital point. If all the delegates have their people faces undaring, the country does its duties wherein can we as people, failing this politate, these groups' lobby, then can we possibly, in a more doting finish, with the united one stretching onward to morning Sedgway. But that's easier said than done. And now I must leave you knowing in my heart that for centuries to come, years will pass.